My name is Tony Litt. I'm the MD of Sunrise Radio, and it's my immense pleasure to bring you the official Sunrise Radio podcast. We are the #1 commercial Asian station in the United Kingdom, with many firsts to our name, and we continue to be the voice of British Asians who have given us their love and loyalty over 30 years. It's a legacy we cherish and a responsibility that we don't take lightly. Our aim has always been to entertain the listeners with the best of Bollywood and Bhangra, while also addressing their concerns. A real voice for the community, a vibrant community, and a great nation. We are proud to be British and Asian. This podcast is a compilation of some of the things we do on the station, with a stellar lineup of presenters who each have their own personality and style. It's entertaining, informative, engaging, and we hope you will enjoy it here as a podcast if you are unable to tune in to the radio. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your family and friends about this podcast, and do leave us a comment on what you think. We'd love to hear from you. All the best always. Team Sunrise.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hey, my name is Shabnam Sahi. Welcome to the official Sunrise Radio podcast. I'm on your radio weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. If you've heard the show, you know what to expect from it. But here are some exciting, interesting Bollywood stories that you may have missed this time round, served up as part of our official Sunrise Radio podcast. Enjoy. Spy thrillers and wartime sagas, either fictional or biopics. These are emerging as Bollywood's most popular genres right now. After South Indian remakes, of course. Now, the success of Uri, Razi and countless other films on the same themes, they have attracted big stars and big budgets to these projects. Producer-director Vikram Khakar, who made a biopic on Charles Shobraj not too long ago, it was titled Main Aur Charles with Randeep Hooda in the lead. Do you remember that one? Now, this Vikram Khakar, he has just bought the rights to the Shahid Abdul Hamid story. Now, Abdul Hamid was a soldier in the Indian Army, and he was awarded the Paramveer Chakra, which, by the way, is the highest military honour in India, for his contribution to the 1965 India-Pakistan War. Speaking about getting the chance to tell the legendary hero's tale, Vikram Khakar says, it is a topic of interest and many have expressed the desire to work on the subject, and they have attempted to make a film on Shahid Abdul Hamid and the Battle of Asal Uttar. But let's just say it's all about timing. Everything happens when it is meant to happen. Speaking about Shahid Abdul Hamid, वो कहते हैं कि I feel he's an important hero in India's history, and that his story needs to be brought forward before younger generations completely forget about his immense contribution. And cinema is the ideal medium that can help re-establish his place in the story. Now, the story of this phenomenally brave war hero has been in the public domain for a while. लेकिन फिर भी हम में से कई लोग ऐसे शायद हों जो शहीद अब्दुल हमीद के सैक्रिफाइस, उनके बलिदान के बारे में ना जानते हो, right? Director Chetan Anand, he once made a TV series in India on the winners of the Paramveer Chakra, in which Nasiruddin Shah played Abdul Hamid. And this was also the topic of a documentary on Discovery Channel, which shed more light on the Battle of Asal Uttar. But of course, a well-made Bollywood biopic could really draw the masses closer to this sacrifice of an almost forgotten war hero. Let's just hope this project sees the clear light of day sooner rather than later. And I'm hoping an A-list Bollywood hero agrees to headline the story. Now, speculation is Bollywood's favourite pastime, trying to second guess what may or may not be happening with a star or a project. This is what sustains showbiz, yeah? And even when the details on a big story, potentially big story, are sketchy, with no official confirmation at all, film journalists like to create hype and whip up a frenzy around stories that involve the big stars. Now, the sequel to Salman Khan's Bajrangi Bhaijaan, this is the latest story that everyone wants more details on. Even after the writer of Bajrangi Bhaijaan, the sequel, who wrote the first one as well, K.V. Vijendra Prasad, has clearly stated कि भाई मैंने अभी script लिखना भी नहीं शुरू किया है. He hopes to begin work on the script this year, sometime this year. Salman Khan has green-lighted the title Pavan Putra Bhaijaan, and that's all there is to the story as of now. Kabir Khan promptly chipped in the middle saying that, oh, this was very, very, inappropriate of Salman to suddenly announce the film because nothing actually has been planned yet. Who will be the heroine? Where will it be set? Who will direct? Is it going to be a multi-starrer, multilingual extravaganza, or is it going to be a sweet and simple story, something that our Bhaijaan desperately needs right now? We don't know. Let's not forget the film hasn't even been written. Casting और controversy, वो तो बाद की बात है. Chunky and Bhavna Pandey's little girl, not so little anymore, Ananya Pandey, she is seen as one of the most bankable stars in Bollywood as she gains more confidence with each passing film. Aapne notice kiya hai? Given the fact that most young starlets, they now come fully prepped, ready to work hard, with zero delusions about the fame game, showbiz. Ananya Pandey comes across as someone who is willing to let her career progress slowly and organically, doing a variety of roles and giving every role your best. Other than that, nothing else is in your control. The sooner you understand this, the better, right? Star kid or no star kid? Experienced thespian or rank newcomer? The challenge for any and every actor is exactly the same. To strike a balance between critical acclaim and commercial success. You know, to move up the Bollywood ladder of glory, you need both. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ ऐसी फिल्में बनाएं जो critics को पसंद आए लेकिन बिल्कुल पैसे ना बनाएं. और ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपकी फिल्म 200-300 करोड़ क्लब में हो, सलमान खान, एंड लोग कहें कि यार ये क्या पिक्चर है, कहाँ है कहानी, हाँ? ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए, right? Reflecting on the blessings and the challenges of the last few years, Ananya Pandey said in a recent interview, on a personal level, the last 2 years have been really, really informative. I've learned a lot about myself. First and foremost, I've learned patience, gratitude, and the power of self-love, and about spending time with myself. I think we've all learned that we don't need much to be happy, and the importance of enjoying the smaller things in life. I won't lie, there have been a few challenges, but I definitely feel I've come out of 2021 much stronger and more mature. I'm ready to go and shoot, go and work. There's also a larger sense of empathy I've noticed, not just in myself, but in everyone around me. And then she says, I think we've gained a lot with the OTT boom. We have witnessed so many wonderful stories and performances, and I think it adds a sense of courage in filmmakers and actors to go ahead and make films and tell the stories that they've always been afraid to do in a standard Bollywood format. I think it is the best time to be an artist right now. You know what? I think she could be absolutely right. Now let's start with one of the big stories. You know, much as I would love to overlook and ignore this story and just let it be, allegations, counter-allegations, interviews, reports, analysis of Kabir Khan's 83 continue to flood my timeline. So I have to talk about this. For a man who has made a film on the Indian cricket team's historic win in the 1983 Cricket World Cup, Kabir Khan seems to be playing on the back foot. And that is not a good sign. You know, if you are confident of the merits of your film after you've made it with so much passion, so much dedication, just let it be. अगर आपकी फिल्म लोगों को वाकई दिल से पसंद आई ना, तो वो किसी न किसी तरीके से कहीं ना कहीं जाकर देख लेंगे भाई. But in all his recent interviews, Kabir Khan comes across as a man who is, I'm sorry to say, on the defensive, constantly feeling the need to justify 83 and its underwhelming box office report card. In a recent long, and I mean very long interview, Kabir Khan said, we made the film, we waited for 1.5 years because we were sure that we wanted people to see it on the big screen. We had designed it for the big screen or the cinema viewing experience. It was 2 years of a process to set up 83 because the scale was humongous. The events, the people, the clothes, the hair, the props, everything now is different from what it used to be back in 1983. From the setting up of structures to referencing to research to live recording of matches to radio commentary, the film has been put together piece by piece. With the threat of the pandemic still looming large, even after 2 years, it is impossible to plan with great degree of accuracy when it comes to the releasing of your cinema. Unfortunately, the day we released 83 was when the explosion of the third wave took place. And then he goes on to say that there were 6,000 cases and 15 days later there were 23,000 cases and our box office figure was this and then it came down to that. All of this is absolutely true. And yet, how do you justify the success of Pushpa and Spider-Man in the exact same circumstances? I think Kabir Khan needs a massive reality check. He needs to stop justifying the film. जो है वो है, जो हो गया वो हो गया. अगर आप हमें ये कहें कि देखो हमने 1.5 साल पहले प्रेप किया, फिर 2 साल हम रुके, फिर 250 करोड़ के बजट में हमने बनाया, प्लीज यार, you guys have to say it's a good film. ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना कबीर जी, नहीं होता. रिंग सेरेमनी आज रखवा के बैंड बाजा आज पार्टी बुला के माही मेरा किथे रह गया. If you've seen the video, it's actually quite delightful. It is about this beautiful girl. Obviously, it is her ring ceremony. She's waiting for her groom to turn up. और इधर दिखाते हैं कि groom के best friend ने groom को कहा कि यार don't worry, I'll get you to the venue one time. तू बस बैठ मेरी गड्डी में. And then they've driven to this place because naturally they were meant to be in Nimrana. And the groom suddenly wakes up and says, हाँ, पहुंच गए? अरे यार, इस वाले निमराना में नहीं, पटियाला के निमराना में जाना था. So that is the confusion. And the other day I was thinking, this reminded me of something that happened to us. By us, I mean my husband and I. Last October, on the 29th of October, 3 mahine pehle. I'll tell you what it was. It was the day of the Asian Media Awards in Manchester. Now I can tell people about this because I'm not embarrassed at all. It was the day of the Asian Media Awards, and for the first time, it was a Friday, which meant that all of us could go to Manchester and stay overnight, right? We didn't have to rush back to London for our show the next day. And my husband, Manish, and I, we were nominated for Podcast of the Year. So we booked a hotel for the night, and I finished my show here, and like everybody else, so many of my colleagues from Sunrise, all of us landed up in Manchester. We walked into our hotel. I went up to the lobby. I gave them my reference number. The man looked at the reference number. He looked at my face. He looked at his computer. He looked at my husband's name. He looked at my name. Then he went inside. He called his manager. He looked at the computer again, and very sweetly he said to me, "Ma'am, you're 1 month early. You've booked this room for the 29th of November. My husband gave me one big smile and said, one thing I asked you to do. इसका फायदा पता है क्या है? No one is ever going to trust me with their family holiday booking again. Good. Akshay Kumar really wishes to buy the Burj Khalifa for his sweetheart. मुझे तो ऐसा ही लगता है. I mean, he's working so hard for it. Akshay started the year with the last and final schedule of his film Ram Setu. This film hopes to release by Diwali this year. Hopes इसलिए कह रही हूँ क्योंकि COVID के आगे क्या होगा no one knows, right? Then Akshay is joining hands for Good News director Raj Mehta on a remake. The original film was called Driving License. The remake is called Selfie. And it pits Akshay Kumar against Imran Hashmi, who plays a cop. Either a cop or a traffic warden. After that, Akshay moves on to a project titled The End. Now, this is an international project that Akshay said yes to, which needs him to travel extensively. So the schedule will only be locked in place nearer the shoot, depending on how much international travel COVID permits us. Then, in the summer, Akshay will shoot Gurkha, and he will end 2022 with a 2-hero action thriller directed by Ali Abbas Zafar, titled Bade Miyan Chote Miyan, alongside Tiger Shroff, who is presumably Chote Miyan. Now, this film's 300 crore budget is said to be among the biggest budgets in recent time. A big budget is never a guarantee of box office success. #83. Like Tabu and Dimple Kapadia and Neena Gupta and countless other actresses, Shefali Shah is having the time of her life right now. Essaying roles that she's passionate about, enjoying a wide range of offers from filmmakers. The kind of offers that she never got in her first innings in Bollywood. She was tired of being pigeonholed and stereotyped. Famously, she was asked kiya, she played mum to Akshay Kumar in a film titled Waqt, A Race Against Time, when she was 5 years younger than Akshay Kumar. ये ऐसा सिर्फ बॉलीवुड में ही हो सकता है. Ma'am, आपके लिए रोल है and you play a mother. A mother? But I'm still so young, yaar. No, doesn't matter. And your son is going to be Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar. वो मुझसे 5 साल बड़े. नहीं, ma'am, don't worry. Hair and makeup department बहुत अच्छा है. Naturally, Shefali Shah left in a huff, right? She was totally disappointed with the offers that were coming her way. OTT brought her back to her first love, acting. And I suppose the global success of Richie Mehta's Delhi Crime, with Shefali Shah playing DCP Deepika Chaturvedi in that harrowing crime story, that was the game changer. That got Shefali's career buzzing again. And how? Now she's playing mum to Alia Bhatt in Darlings. She's going to be in Jalsa with Vidya Balan. She's going to be in Dr. G with Ayushmann Khurrana and Rakul Preet. And she's also living the dream as a restaurateur. That's right. Supervising her own vegetarian restaurant in Ahmedabad. You know what you call this scenario? Having your dhokla and eating it too. London में it's freezing outside, but there is a hint of spring in the air. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? Now, first-time director Aditya Dhar absolutely aced his directorial debut, Uri the Surgical Strike, because his film ended up with 2 prestigious National Film Awards for Best Film and, of course, the Best Actor gong for Vicky Kaushal, who shared the honour with Ayushmann Khurrana, who also got the award for Best Actor in Badhai Ho. Now, Team Uri celebrated 3 years of the film's release yesterday. Vicky Kaushal, the main man, acknowledged this game-changing film in his career by saying that he would be forever grateful for it. This war drama based on the Indian Army's surgical strike in Pakistan in 2016. It also starred Mohit Raina, Paresh Rawal, Yami Gautam, and a tight-knit ensemble that contributed hugely to the commercial and the critical success of Uri, right? Director Aditya Dhar is now contemplating that difficult second film. It is like writing your difficult second novel. पहली किताब, पहली फिल्म, पहला गाना, कुछ भी आप पहली बार अगर करें और वो एकदम bullseye पे जाके लगे, so expectations immediately hit the sky, right? So the second film or the second book is always known as the difficult second film because you don't have to just match people's expectations, you have to try and surpass their expectations. But I think Aditya Dhar is in no rush at all. He's cherishing the national award. He's enjoying marital bliss with the beautiful Yami Gautam. यार अब national award मिल गया है पहली फिल्म से ही दूसरी फिल्म बनाना जरूरी है क्या डार्लिंग? जरूरी है? जरूरी है? Oh, all right, okay. कल सोचेंगे इसके बारे में, all right?
You can catch Shabnam Sahi, the ultimate storyteller, weekdays 9 a.m. till 12 noon.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
Hi, this is Anushka Arora. As always, lovely to have your company for the Sunrise Radio podcast. And this week, I have another special guest on the show. Hi, Siddhant. Welcome to Sunrise Radio. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, Siddhant, I think first things first, I have just seen the trailer and oh my God, yay! It is so good. And I can also now understand the title of the film as well. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
I mean, we really scratched our heads a lot to come up with the title because this film is so it's a different experience, and, it was so tough to actually come up with that one word or a phrase or a sentence or whatever to kind of, to sum it all up. And I think Gehraiyaan is I think it suits the best.
Absolutely. It does. No, 100%. I think it fits in really well because, of course, when it was announced, and then the small teaser came out, I was like, there's so much curiosity around it. I mean, so much because you guys have obviously been shooting. We've been seeing you guys. You guys have been packed, every time you went for shoot and stuff. So it was like, what is this film about? So, finally we have some form of storyline that we can see and understand via the trailer. But Siddhant, tell me a little bit about why you've decided to do this film.
Why I decided to do this film is because I didn't know how I would do it. And that's, that was the case when I heard, my first film, Gully Boy. I didn't know how I was, how would I just do it? Because I was locked 15 days before the shoot. I was not a rapper. I didn't come from the gullies. So it was a challenge, and I remember I was very nervous. And I think that's when I hear a script and when I get nervous about it, I think I know I need to do this. It's a challenge and I need to take it up. Or else, I don't like to be in my comfort zone. I like to kind of challenge myself a lot. So again, when I heard the script, when Shakun narrated the story to me, I was quite blown away. I was like, wow, this is different. He's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, how have you thought about me? I mean, this is quite mature, and I don't know, I don't understand, and there are certain things which I don't know. It'll come with age, but how have you decided? He's like, no, but I think you can. So I think he had faith in me after watching Gully Boy, because again I was playing a guy who was elder to Ranveer. I was 24 that time, and I played 28, and in this one I was 27, 26, I think, and then I had to play 29, 30, with the the most senior and and she's amazing, Deepika. So I mean, I didn't know how I was going to do it, to be honest, and that's what drove me to sign this film, to hop on to this, because I mean, let's find the uncharted, let's be the first man on the moon. because I haven't seen something like this. I haven't heard anything, and there was no reference point for this film.
Wow.
Or the characters. So we had to like really start from scratch and craft it to the T. So yeah.
No, that's amazing. And I think that's the beauty about being an actor like yourself. I think you've made such a huge impact in, such a short space of time, whether it's Inside Edge, whether it's Gully Boy, whether it's Bunty or Bubbly 2, and the other films that you have lined up as well. The scripts that you're choosing, is it like a conscious decision, or are these scripts just kind of like flowing into you?
Well, I think it's I think it's both. It's like why did I want to be an actor? Because I wanted to do everything, and I knew I could do everything. I could act, I could dance, I could sing, I could paint, I could write, I could, and I don't know why the heck I was doing my financial studies that time. I wasted a lot of time, which I could just have enrolled in some acting school or something. I would have been maybe much better. I don't know. Or maybe the journey kind of taught me a lot, to just be, there and understand the nuances and the struggle of life. I think I always believed that I wanted to do everything, and I knew I could do everything. And that's why I'm choosing all different genres, because it was never, the aim, the goal was never to be a star. The goal was always to, experience this, to kind of be able to play different characters, to be able to explore yourself, and to be able to kind of not be bored by your work and yourself. I really love the craft. I really like kind of sinking in my getting under the skin of my character. So I really like to do that, and it just gives me it's a different high. But if I keep doing similar stuff, I think I'll just be bored of myself, and I really need to try and make a mark of myself, because I'm still young. I don't want to typecast myself. I don't want to go in one direction. I want to be able to do everything, and that's what the aim is. And obviously these scripts, I'm fortunate enough to have been offered such amazing scripts at such an early age, and I'm glad that that's happening.
You've just mentioned that you love getting into the skin of the character, and also with Gehraiyaan, the character that you're playing, Zain, you haven't had any reference point. So how did you prepare? How did you make this character come alive? Because he comes alive in the trailer itself.
I think it's, in films like these, even in Gully Boy, I think it's all the credit goes to my director and my co-actors, I think. I remember saying, during Gully Boy, when people asked me how did he get, I was like, I saw MC Sher in Ranveer's eyes and Murad's eyes. It was not me. So the same thing here. And I saw Zain in Deepika's eyes. I saw Zain in Ananya's eyes. And Shakun, I think. I try a lot. I try to be all strategic about it. I try to kind of maintain a diary, and I write it out as my character. I write poetry. I do all of these things. I graph it out, make a flow chart, as we would do in a finance, and I would make it technically sound. But I think the nuance and the craft and the offbeat part, because the realness, the newness, I think is all Shakun, and it's all Deepika, it's all Ananya. I don't have many scenes with Gehraiyaan, but I know he's done a great job. But yeah, it's all my co-actors, and these are some really good people, good people, and as in the artists. They're really good at their craft. So I think it's all about them. It's not me. I just submit myself, and I do my thing as a child who's been given a homework, and that's it. And I keep presenting it to. I was sharing notes with Shakun. I was sharing, I made a flow chart of the emotions that went through, the script. Then I kind of marked it with music, made a tree chart. I did all of those things, which might sound a little, pseudo and trying to be, but that's how I do it, to kind of put it, in place. And then I give it to Shakun, and then he understands that I do understand. That's what I need. My director needs to understand that I understand his vision. I really want to please my director. I really want to like seduce him. That listen, I can be anything, I can do anything, and I do understand where you're coming from. It's just that I don't know how to do it, so you'll have to tell me how to do it. And that's what Zoya did. I mean, I didn't know throughout the whole film how I'm doing this. And I remember after 2 takes, she's like, "Okay." I was like, "But wait, I mean, is it okay? Because I don't know." I mean, it's like, chill. You go sit, you wait for the film. I was like, Same with Shakun. I used to go like, "Shakun, how was it?" Yeah, good. I was like, "No, Shakun." Yeah, City, yeah, good. It's all right. It's good. I was like, yeah, tell me. No, it's good. So it was that, and I think that that's what it is. It's not.
But you play every single role so effortlessly, Siddhant. So, and I think MC Shade is probably a really big example of that. I mean, the fact that you're asking Zoya, "Is it okay? Is it okay? Like, what do I need to do?" And she's telling you to chill. Honestly, like, having not known your background whilst watching Gully Boy, I genuinely would have thought you were like, a professional MC. Honestly, literally what walked out of that film, I was at Berlin Film Festival when I watched it. And honestly, that film just blew you away completely. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, we're still talking about that film now, which obviously speaks volumes. But you've given a lot of credit to your co-stars, Siddhant, Ranveer Singh, Deepika, Ananya, Gehraiyaan, all these guys, plus your directors as well. But what are your co-actors like to work with? I think if we start with Ranveer Singh, you obviously worked with him very, very closely, and you've always had amazing things to say about him. But the fact that you've now worked with Ranveer and Deepika, both of them together, what are they like?
Well, they're very different and yet the same. They're huge stars, and I'm fortunate enough to be working with these experienced, actors, and they know their craft really well. They're not there just because, of their stardom, of their fashion choices, or of, everything that goes around. It's not that. They really submit to their craft, and I think it's them that I've learned a lot from these, both of them. Ranveer, he is, I know everybody knows he's like energetic, he's loud, and he's fun. He's a party starter, but when it comes to shooting a scene, he's silent. I've never seen him. Nobody, I don't know if anybody knows that about him. He's very silent. He's very intelligent. He knows he's calm. If I say Ranveer Singh and calm, you can't doesn't go, but he is calm and he knows his craft. And that's something which I really like, I've taken away from him, that, the passion which he has. Again, with Deepika, she's simple and she is very disciplined, more disciplined than Ranveer, for sure. She'll come with a pencil, she'll come with a scale, paper, highlighters, and as Shakun saying, I felt like I was in my 10th grade.
Wow.
There was this girl who's taking all the notes, and I was like, I don't even have a pencil. I was borrowing. Can I have, she's like, yeah, sure. And I felt like she's judging me that I don't have a pencil. I have just walked in with my script and everything else is on my phone, the graphs and everything. So she's like, and she's a little old school, she'll sit with her pen and paper. And even if she has to strike out something, she'll do it with a scale.
Wow.
Underline with a scale, neat, like notes. Everything is so neat and proper. And I was like, whoa, shit. I mean, oh. And obviously, I mean, initially I was a little intimidated, and then I started making fun of her. I never used to return her pencils. I used to, lose them.
No, that's amazing. And, I mean, what would you say to, your fans and your fans in the UK as well about Gehraiyaan and, the fact that you want them to watch this film? Why should we watch this movie on Amazon?
Because, again, I think curiosity, because there's nothing I have, I've seen everything. I've seen a lot of films. I have not seen something like this, not experienced something like this. When you say love in Bollywood, all you can see is Mr. Shah Rukh Khan spreading his hands.
Yes.
There is that hopefulness. But nobody talks about the story about what goes between these two people when a boy meets a girl and he kind of, that's it. That's the story usually we talk about. But what happens when that, a boy meets a girl, and there's so many things that happen in between. There are nuances, there are, complications, and nobody talks about that. And I think we've been stereotyped as, Bollywood, okay, we are like all singing and dancing and, doing, all of that. But this film is not about that. I think this film it's a human, and it's as human as, it can get. It's close, it's intimate, it's not loud, it's real. And when you watch it on Amazon, you'll be sucked into it. I don't think it's a community viewing. I don't think people are going to be like, whoa, get the girl. It's not that.
Yeah.
Feel things, it'll make you feel a lot of things. It'll make you feel love. It'll make you feel lost. It'll make you feel cheated. It'll make you feel so many emotions, and and it's very close to you. Like, it's there. The film, when you watch it, it's inside you. You're not watching a film on Amazon Prime. You're watching it in your head. You will be going, to so many memories of yours, and like, oh shit, oh yeah, this happens, because usually everything in Bollywood is like, oh, I want that to happen in my life.
Yeah.
This one is more like, oops, okay, yeah, oh shit, okay. So you're going to be just thinking, and you're going to be, it's going to leave you spellbounded by the end of it, I think.
No, I think 100%. And I think that comes across exactly the way you said it in the trailer. So can't wait to watch it. And even with the teaser, the song, that song that runs in the background is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So Siddhant, can't wait. Good luck. I'll definitely 100,000% be watching it. Can't wait. And all the best for everything. Good luck. And we'll see you soon, hopefully here in London.
Thank you, Anushka. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Listen to our Bollywood queen Anushka Arora from 12 noon to 4 p.m. weekdays on Sunrise.
Hello, this is Sonia from Drive Time. I'm on your radio 4 till 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. We often hear people say, keep away from negative people, don't let them suck the energy out of you. All they do is want, and they've got nothing to give. Well, as much as this is true, because yes, some people can have very strong and very negative energies, and it can be very difficult to spend time in their presence. But let's not forget that a difficult situation or a difficult phase or a difficult day doesn't make the person a negative person. Always be mindful of that. You might meet somebody for the very first time, but you also may meet them on a day that's not right for them. They might not be able to help how they're feeling at that very moment. I know I've talked before about not giving people too many chances, but 1 or 2 chances are needed just so that you get to know the real person. And then if you decide that this person's mentality or their thinking patterns are just not right for me, then of course you can start stepping away, spend less time with them. But what I really wanted to draw attention to this week is how often do we actually ask ourselves, especially when we're having a bad day, whether we've become one of those people that other people might want to avoid just so they can have a good day. I think it's so important to reflect like this often. So when you feel like you're not really your normal self, be mindful of the fact that other people are then absorbing your energy and probably choosing to step outside of it. So it's all very well looking at other people and judging them and saying, well, you know what, I don't really feel comfortable in that person's company. But just remember that the tables can turn at any time. And when the same thing may apply to you, try to be quick about changing that. And there are quite a few different things that you can do to help yourself feel better. Aromatherapy can be so effective. That's something that I use often. The other thing I do often, and you may well be able to guess this, is meditation. Meditation is one of my go-to exercises to just sit back and relax and align myself with my higher self and know that everything is going to be okay and I'm going to come out of this phase very soon. Listen to good music. Put the radio on. Sunrise usually works. And of course, meeting up with people who generally lift you up. But those people, no matter how close to you they are, will not want to spend too much time in your presence if you're not on a mission to come out of that negative phase yourself. So do what needs to be done and do it quick. Be the kind of person that people like to spend time with, they like to be in the company of, because you uplift them, because you use positive words, because you don't put people down directly or indirectly, because you're not always in competition with everybody around you and you realise that every single person is on their own journey, because you make people feel good. And when you do that, people who make other people feel good will automatically start to drift into your circle. Thank you for listening. Stay reflective, and I'll catch you next time.
The lady with an infectious laugh. You know who it is. Sonia Dutta, Monday to Friday, between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. to keep you smiling.
The UK's biggest station mix. Sunrise Radio.
It's the Love Lounge with the Love Doctor. It's me, Amit Sodha, here right now, and it is time for Flirty at 8:30.
Calling all singles. Are you ready to get flirty at 8:30? Message the studio now and let the Love Doctor of Sunrise help you find love.
That's right, it's time for Flirty at 8:30, and I've got a lovely single person on the line with me, and he goes by the name of Pankaj. Pankaj, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me at Flirty at 8:30. We've actually only just got to know each other today, actually, so it's quite cool.
Yeah.
I thought, let me ask him, and he happened to say, he goes, yeah, why not? And that's what I love. I love people who just love to take a little bit of a risk. So, as you know, Pankaj, we just want to get a chance to get to know you, and if there happens to be any lovely ladies out there listening who like the sound of you, I'll tell them to get in touch with me, and who knows what may happen, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
First things first, let's get to know the obvious stuff. Just tell us a little bit, like where you're from, maybe what you do, and approximately how old you are, or how young you are, should I say.
Okay. Well, I live in Croydon, which is in South London, so Croydon boy here, and I work as a payroll consultant, and I'm 51.
51, and you're a payroll consultant. Oh, I looked at your picture, by the way. You do not look 51 at all. I was surprised to hear you say that. I thought you were going to say like 40 or something, or even not even that, really, to be honest. So, very, very young on the outside, I must say.
Thank you.
Do you use any special products that keep you looking so young, or?
Well, I always go to the gym 4 times a week. They're trying to keep myself fit and healthy, go for walks, etc. I love the outdoors, so yeah, I like to keep very active as well.
Good man, good man. That's what we like to hear. All right, I'm going to ask you a few simple questions about yourself.
Sure.
And this is just our way of getting to know you. And if any ladies out there, like I said, like the sound of you, then maybe I can possibly hook you two up. Anyway, right, so first question to you is, how would your best friends describe you?
Well, loving, caring, I'm a bit of a joker, and I always try to keep people happy in that.
Sounds good to me. I think it's always good to be a bit of a joker. I like that. Anything in particular do you think they might say about you? Any word, like something unique that describes only you?
What can I say about me? Well, I'm different. Like, I'm always like joking and that to people, and I'm like always happy in that. I'm always like willing to help people.
So you would say you're jovial and happy-go-lucky? Would that describe you?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
All right, nice. Good one. I love to hear that. Right, okay, cool. Now, I want you to tell us as well, what's one thing that you hope for in a partner? Like, what's one special quality that you admire, that you would love to have in a soulmate?
In a soulmate? Someone who's loving, caring, who loves to travel, outgoing. That's what I'm basically looking for.
And does that mean you're
also a good friend?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. And does that mean you're a bit of a traveller as well?
Yes, I am. I do love travelling.
And what's the best place you've ever been to so far?
Well, I've been to Canada. I've been to New York. I've been to certain countries on the Middle East. I've been to Bahrain, Doha, and I've loved going to Dubai, one of my nations.
Love to hear that. That is awesome, my friend. What makes you... Here's just a bit of a fun one. I want you to have fun with this question. What makes you different from all the other guys out there?
Me? Well, what can I say then? Well, I'm always active, and I can, no matter what my age, as I said, I don't look my age, and I'm always active, always not sitting at home doing anything, and I'm like always... what can I say? I'm always on the go.
I like that. Always active and you don't look your age. I would describe as definitely two very unique things. I like the sound of that. Now, I don't know how you feel about music in general, right? But if you had a partner or someone you were dating and you really wanted to romance them, what kind of music would you serenade them with?
Well, that's a good question. I would say a bit of romantic Bollywood music.
Oh, really? So you're a bit of a romantic at heart with Bollywood as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ah, nice. I didn't ask you beforehand as well. I should have got a Bollywood song that we could play for you after this. We'll ask you that in a second anyway.
Sure.
And now here's obviously the most important question of all, okay? Your last question. What would a woman need to do to win over your heart?
Sorry?
What would a woman need to do to win over your heart?
Well, let's see how she's loving and caring. And, yeah, basically.
Anything else in particular unique, something a bit original, something that you think would really kind of like seal the deal for you?
For me, yeah? I'm just looking for someone that's simple, caring, I'm not after Miss Bollywood or anything. That's all I'm after.
Of course, that's a bonus though, right? I'm just being playful with you. All right, cool. No worries. I like the sound of that. So what I have written down so far, that you would be described probably as someone who's very jovial, happy-go-lucky. You wouldn't mind a partner who likes to travel. What makes you unique is that you're always active. You don't look your age. You would serenade your partner with some romantic Bollywood. By the way, any particular... Oh, we've lost him. No, not in the middle. No. Hey, listen, this happens. Hang on a minute. I'm sure he will call back. Wait. Let's just wait for the phone to dial. If he's there, let me get him to call back. I'm going to mentally send a message to him to call back. Call back, Pankaj. There he is. Yeah, let's do this. Pankaj, are you there?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's the first time. That's all right. That's the first time I've ever lost someone on Flirty 8:30. Right, where was I? It's okay. It's all good. Right, what makes you different? You're always active. You don't look your age. You would serenade your partner with some romantic Bollywood. I was just going to ask you to add to that very quickly. Any particular artist or particular song or film song that you happen to like?
I'm more into the 90s romantic music, 19 romantic Bollywood songs.
Any particular film or album from that era that you like?
Oh, there was quite a lot, especially during my uni days. There was some very nice Bollywood songs like from Gehraiyaan
and Tak. I'm going to get on a song from that film for you in a little while, okay? Because that's, I have to say, one of my favourites as well. And last but not least as well, what would a woman need to do to win over your heart? Just be kind, caring, and just be a real friend as well. So there we go. I think that's covered everything. So, right, so we're going to say this emphatically to all the lovely single ladies out there. Pankaj is 51 from Croydon. He's single, looking for that special someone. Valentine's is coming up. If you are single or you have a single friend, similar sort of age, looking for someone just like Pankaj, who's active, likes travel and things like that, then I want you to drop me a WhatsApp 07925 700 272 and I will hook you both up. Pankaj, I want to say that you are an absolute superstar for coming on air.
Thank you.
You genuinely are. You've shown people what it means to take a bit of a chance and come on air, and this is how it's done. And it's that simple. Was it painful at all?
Not at all.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, to all the single people out there, the hidden single people who want to come on but never do, that's how harmless and easy it is. One more time, Pankaj, I'm just going to say thank you. I'm going to put you on hold.
That's okay, you're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to put you on hold, so stay there. Don't go anywhere. But you're listening to The Love Lounge, and that was Flirty at 8:30. It's time for the couples challenge. How well do you know your partner? And by the way, just to mention as well, for any of the lovely couples out there who want to get involved and try in the future, just drop me a WhatsApp 07925 700 272 and we can do that. In the meantime, though, let's kick it off.
It's time for the couples game. How well do you know your partner?
How well do you know your partner? Welcome. Oh God, how on earth has the name got out of my head already? What's wrong with me? Right, okay, it's Vijay and Shini, isn't it? How you doing?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, how you doing? You guys well?
Yeah, good.
Lovely. So we haven't spoken up until this point. So you guys have called up for the couples challenge, but I don't know anything about you. So let's firstly ask you a question. Tell us about yourselves. Like, how long have you two been together? How did you meet? Where did you meet, etc.?
All right. So we've been together for 5 years, married for 5 years. It was an arranged marriage. That's how interesting it is. Let me put it that way.
But that's beautiful because I think that's relatively rare in this day and age. I think that's lovely. And obviously you're happily together and married, which is wonderful. So I think it's a testament to the power of the old school, correct?
Yes, I think.
Well, I'm glad to hear that anyway. So we're going to play a game called the Couple Challenge. How well do you know your partner? And yeah, it's very simple. What I'm going to ask you to do in just a moment is that one of you is going to stay with me on the phone, and while the other one leaves the room. And the person who leaves the room will be doing the second section. The first section is I will be asking the person who's with me 5 questions about themselves. Then we call the other partner back, and you have to try and guess your partner's answers to see if you know them as well as you think you do, okay?
All right.
So the only main question is, who is going to be doing the first answering the questions, the easy part? Is that going to be you, Vijay, or is it going to be Shini?
I'll let Shini go first. Not just for the reason it's the easy part, but it's ladies first.
Of course. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, this means you got the harder part of trying to figure out what her answers are going to be. So what I'm going to ask you to do, though, Vijay, is if you leave the room, leave Shini with me, and then we've got to make sure that you can't hear anything as well. So, Shini, you take the phone and you tell me when Vijay's left the room and that he can't hear anything, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right, so...
Yes. He's leaving now and he has left. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. No worries. So, welcome, Shini. It's great to have you on. And by the way, was it yours or Vijay's first ever time on radio?
I think this is first time for both of us.
Oh, both of you. Excellent. Right. Okay, cool. So, like I said, I'm going to ask you 5 very simple questions about you. Give me the most honest answers that you can. And then let's see if Vijay gets those answers correct as well. So, my first question to you is, so Shini, what is your favorite choice of like naughty food or go-to snack? You know, when you just feel like you want a bit of a munch on something, what do you normally have? Is it crisps, chocolate? Is it bhajia? What is it? What's your favorite thing?
Go to what that be? I think fruit.
Sorry, say that again.
Fruits.
Fruits.
Yeah.
Fruits? No, it's not fruits. Come on, are you a chocolate?
Okay, then what else can I think?
No, honestly, honest truth. You know when you have one of those moments where you want it, you just want to munch on something that's a little bit naughty. What would you normally have?
Okay, naughty thing. I think that will be then namkeen, I guess.
What's that? Say that again.
Namkeen, Indian namkeens, you know.
I'm not sure what that is. You're gonna have to explain to me at some point.
Okay, these are like, savory kind of things. Like there are different kinds of namkeen in India. We get like chibra, then there are aloo bhujia kind of stuff.
Okay, like chevra, like I get what you mean, right? Yes, I know exactly what you mean, right? So like that. What do we call it? What's the Gujarati word for that we have that's a bit more kind of common? Because I've never come across the word namkeen before. So
okay.
So, but we're gonna go with chevra and see what he says, though, right? So we'll come back to that. All right. Question number 2 for you. What is a bad habit that you have that Vijay really hates?
Really hates. Okay. Okay, let me think. These are difficult questions, I guess.
Yeah, they're just fun. Like say for example, like last time we had the couple, and his bad habit was that he talked too loud on the phone, and she hated that. So, what's one thing that you do? Do you have a bad habit? Like, some people are very OCD. They have to have everything in a certain place, and if it's not, they get mad or anything like that. What's a habit that you have that Vijay absolutely annoys him?
I don't know. I think I have very good habits in that.
I'm sure you have
maybe
some.
He doesn't complain to me.
I'm sure you have some wonderful habits, but there must be something like, do you perhaps when he's driving, do you tell him what to do, or tell off his driving, or anything? It literally could be anything.
Maybe one thing that he does not like is if I keep asking him to do something. That is one of the things that annoys him the most, I guess.
Like what?
I have asked. It can be anything. If I have asked him to have his breakfast once, and then if I am going to repeat several times, then he's going to get annoyed. So anything. it can be anything, like doing some chore, doing something, anything. If I have asked him once, and if I'm going to repeat it several times, he's definitely going to get annoyed.
Gotcha. I like that answer. Okay, cool. I've mentioned that. No problem at all. Question number 3. Now, I'd like you to tell me something that's on your bucket list. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so tell me one thing that's on your bucket list. Is it swimming with dolphins? Is it doing a bungee jump? What is one thing that's on your bucket list? Something you haven't done yet, but you really want to do?
Actually, that will be swimming. I don't know swimming, so I need to learn swimming.
So you want to learn how to swim?
Yes, I need to learn.
Oh, you know what? You and me both. Don't worry. I'm in the same boat there. I can swim, but not very well. So that's okay. That's all right. Okay, cool. Question number 4. What is the best holiday that you and Vijay have had so far together?
So far together, I think that would be in Italy.
Italy.
Rome.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, what was good about that holiday?
Actually, the place was beautiful, especially the Rome. I think that place really, got me.
Yeah,
So,
do you know what? I am in agreement with you as well. Rome happens to be one of my favourite European cities as well. And last but not least, I want you to tell me a movie that you have seen lots and lots of times, but you could still watch again and again and again. And it could be anything, Hollywood, Bollywood or otherwise. What would it be?
Actually, to be very frank, I am one person who can't, watch movies again and again. Beat any movie.
Really? Is there any one that has broken that rule, or just one?
Okay, yeah, it happens because he likes some movies. So at the end of the day, we end up watching some movies again. But that's not my cup of tea. But okay.
Okay. Do you know what? We're gonna write that down and see what he says. Okay. He may answer that in the same question as well. All right. Cool. No problem at all. So we've asked you your 5 questions. So whenever you're ready, call Vijay back into the room.
Okay.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just going to let the listeners know, by the way, this is what the Couples Challenge is all about. And if you ever want to take part, just drop me a WhatsApp. But let me know when Vijay is there.
Yeah. I'll just call him inside. Just wait.
No, you carry on. No problem at all.
Yeah. He's coming now.
Alrighty,
Okay.
no problem at all. Right, so
Yeah, he's
VJ,
there now.
VJ, are you there?
I'm good. How are you?
All good. Okay, right. Your wife was a bit of a challenge today, I must say, right? Okay, but basically, I asked her 5 questions about herself. I'm going to ask you those same 5 questions. I want you to give me the answers that you think that Shini said, okay?
Okay.
All right. No problem at all. So question number 1, I asked Shini to name me her favourite choice of naughty food or snack. You know when you just have one of those cravings for something, what do you normally have? And what do you think she said?
Some kind of sweet.
Any particular one? Like what kind of sweet does she like?
She likes gajak for now, but I think I'm not gonna like.
What was that you said? What sweet was that?
Gajak.
Oh.
That's
is that like as in gaja, as in like gaja ka halwa, that type thing? Is that what you mean?
No, it's a different kind of sweet thing. It's made with til and or gourd. Yeah.
Oh, like gourd. Okay, cool. Because I used to love gourd. All right. Okay, cool. Question number 2. I said, I said to Shini, can you tell me a bad habit that she has that you hate? What do you think she said?
A bad habit.
Yeah, what's one of her bad habits that you kind of like, you find irritating? You don't have to hate, but just find irritating or annoying.
She misses my calls at times.
Okay, misses your calls. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that might be it.
Okay, cool. All right, no worries. Question number 3. I asked her to name something that's on her bucket list. What do you think she said?
Swimming.
Okay, cool.
Swimming, probably.
All right, swimming. No worries. I'll write that down. We'll reveal the answers, by the way, at the end. So just so you know. Question number 4. I said, what's the best holiday that you both have been on together? What do you think she said?
Okay, that might be easy. Must be Goa.
Goa. Interesting. Okay, cool. No worries. I like that as well. It's great that you've been there, by the way, both of you. Not been there yet, and I'd love to go. And last but not least, I asked her to name a favourite movie of hers, whether it's Hollywood, Bollywood or otherwise, that she's seen lots and lots of times that she could watch again and again. What do you think she said?
I don't know, but I'll go with the universal favorite. Hum Aapke Hain Kaun?
Okay, cool. No worries. Okay. Right. Okay, cool. I'm just writing it down so I don't forget, right? Okay, cool. So, are you both together right now? Can you both hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yep,
so,
yep.
okay, so I asked you 5 questions, Shini, and then I've asked Vijay to see if he can get the answers that you gave, right? So the score is out of 5. Before I reveal, Vijay, how well do you think you did?
I get the feeling not too well.
Okay, right. I'm just going to carefully tot up the scores to make sure I haven't made any mistakes. Okay, cool. Right, so I'm going to reveal it now. Are you ready, Vijay?
Yep.
You scored 1 out of 5.
Oh no!
That's quite hard actually, because some of the answers she gave were very, very tricky. So, let me just quickly reveal what the ones were. Right. So, question number 1, you mentioned about the sweet gajak, right?
Yep.
She mentioned like I don't know exactly how to say this word properly. What was the word you said?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you agree with that? That's the question.
Me?
No, would you, Vijay? Would you agree with her answer?
Yeah, no, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so okay, cool. At least we know it's true. Question number 2: the bad habit. Now you mentioned about her missing calls, but she actually said about asking you to do things several times, like to have your breakfast. Do you think that's true?
I think it's true situationally. If I'm in a rush or doing something else in rush with something, that might be it. It's not a universal answer.
Yeah. Cool. I like that. Question 3 was the one you got correct. The bucket list, she said swimming, and you said swimming, so you got that one spot on. Yeah. Question 4, best holiday destination. You said Goa, but she actually mentioned something else. She actually said Rome in Italy.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting. Goa was our honeymoon, so I thought that would be special.
Yeah, I mean, most people do say their honeymoon, actually. Of all places, they generally say their honeymoon. So, but there you go. And then the last but not least was the favourite movie that you've seen loads of times. You said it was Hum Aapke Hain Kaun, and she actually said, I prefer not to watch films twice. She goes, I don't really generally do that. Again, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I shouldn't have taken the safer route. Yeah, she can't.
See, I'm the kind of person, if I've got a favourite film, I could watch it loads and loads of times, like hundreds of times, easily. So I expect most people do as well. But obviously she said she doesn't. But there we go. Okay, well, listen, you got 1 out of 5. What we can do in the future, though, is we can invite you back and we can do the reverse, where you answer the questions first and then she has to try and guess your answers. We can do that in a few weeks' time. How does that sound?
Sounds fantastic, Amit. And just before I say anything else, I'm very happy that I even came this time. We came this time, rather.
Yeah. I'm so glad you guys did. Honestly, it's both your first time on radio, and I think you both deserve a huge round of applause for just being brave and just coming on air, having a bit of fun, which I think is amazing. So thank you to you both. Stay there, by the way. I'm going to put you on hold, so don't go anywhere. But ladies and gentlemen out there, that is the couples challenge, and that is how it goes. And if you ever want to go, you know what you got to do.
Want to take part in the couples game? Message the studio now on 07925 700 272. Let's see how well you know your partner.
Let's see, indeed.
Catch our love guru, Amit Sodha, between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. every Sunday for that chill out zone.